We are pleased to be here with you today to announce that our government is taking decisive action to strictly regulate and restrict access to cannabis and to toughen our impaired driving laws. Protecting the health and safety of Canadians is a priority for our government. Despite decades of criminal prohibition, Canadians, including 21% of our youth and 30% of young adults, continue to use cannabis at among the highest rates in the world. That cannabis is grown and sold illegally, profiting criminals and organized crime with no regard for its potency, purity, or provenance. The proposed legislation which is introduced today seeks to legalize, strictly regulate, and restrict access to cannabis, and it will make Canada safer.
Youth are at the center of the government's actions to regulate and restrict access to cannabis. The proposed legislation introduces severe penalties for those who sell or give cannabis to youth. It also restricts the advertising and promotion of cannabis so as not to appeal to youth. This is because cannabis is not without risk. While it is used therapeutically by some, it can pose health risks. Youth are especially vulnerable to the effects of cannabis on brain development and function because their brains are still developing.
The current system of prohibition is failing our kids, and it's failing our communities, and it's putting all Canadians at risk as they far too often are using an unregulated, untested, and unsafe product. And so we know we have a responsibility to act as expeditiously as we can. There's a great deal of work ahead of us, but at the same time, I think we all have an obligation to address the deficiencies in the current regime as expeditiously as possible, and so we can't drag our feet. We aspire to get this done as quickly as possible. We believe that by the end of June in 2018 is a reasonable time frame, and we undertake to work very, very judiciously and expeditiously with our partners in the provinces and municipalities to get the job done.